We have the power of World Legacy, Fabled, and of course the Red Eyes Vanilla deck, and so much more. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So out of the Just This Cup, out of the OCG, we had the chance to see an actual World Legacy deck showing up. Now, I'm used to seeing not this deck actually working, but you do get a chance to see some of the World Chalice stuff kind of showing up out here. But I did find that this was just kind of really cool to see that we're able to use all of the World Legacy stuff kind of in an actual deck itself out here. I don't really know how this is supposed to work fundamentally, but I did want to showcase, hey, we have some cool ideas, like even Clockwork Knight down here showing up. I do feel like a card design would be really cool to kind of bring the World Legacy stuff together, like an actual ability to use these cards. But this lore and the way that this deck had its time to shine was really cool. But we could use a Megazord to actually produce results for this, but this was really cool. Now Fabled, this is what I wanted to see. Behemoth is the new centerpiece for this. Now Fabled does require a great amount of combo ability down here. Now you do see we are doing a lot of Fiendsmith stuff with this, because you gotta remember, I mean, Fabled stuff is essentially, Lurie just guarantees full Fiendsmith combo. So, you're going to be dedicating a lot of stuff to that. Now, you are going to get a couple of free little draws along the way with the Hyper Librarian. That's why you're playing it in a deck like this, because, hey, it is the free little draw power, especially, with the Fabled stuff. This stuff might not necessarily get you to the craziest places that you want to be, but it does work. And, of course, we do get to see the new Rex Tremende back here, seeing some play as well. The fact that the Fabled stuff does have this really cool synergy line with this deck, I think is really cool. So if you're a Fabled enthusiast and you've been wanting to see, hey, what can we do with the Fabled stuff? This is probably going to be one of your cool ideas to see. Ooh. We have the Red Eyes Vanilla deck. I was trying to do some Primite shenanigans with this when it first came out, and then we got the little Flame Swordsman back here. Now, I really want to revisit this deck for tabletop, because this really feels a lot of fun. There's just something about what this deck's ability to play the game is, and to toggle through all these big lines that you have. Also, we are actually playing Zoa, which is kind of cool, because originally, I just wanted to put the Red Eyes on the field, right? Because the big 3,800 attack point Red Eyes usually should be good enough to outgrind your opponent, but some situations that it's not, well, fiddlesticks. There's not really anything you can do about that, but you are using the Bysteel stuff to kind of be the heart and soul. The Black Metal Dragon getting you into spheres and essentially the other lines of play to be able to play. Yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. Ooh, we also have some Jiracs for you. There have been a lot of people out here doing Jirac shenanigans. I've also been noticing there's been a lot of people out here actually playing the Tyranno Infinity in these Jirac builds. Every OCG build that I've seen is because the logic, I guess, is, hey, you're going to get all these cards banished, so this Tyranno Infinity can actually be a very large monster out here, so you can try to close out the game with it. Yeah, that's fine. That Tyranno Infinity can actually get you places. I do think that this is probably one of the more off-the-wall picks as of late that you can kind of do with the Jirac stuff. But if you do like Jiracs, this is going to be an incredibly fun deck for you. You got to remember, your whole deck's purpose is just to meteor your opponent as many times as you can and keep their field clear so that, you can dinosaur in the game on the next turn. It is really cool, though, to just see what this deck can actually do. Dinosaurs. Next up here, we have, some Speedroids. We'll be getting the new support here in the next couple of weeks. And once, we do get these new pendulum scales, you will get to see Speedroids actually become a little bit more of a deck than what they initially were. I do see that this deck is getting some love from the small world, which is really cool. Also, shout out to, O-Lion, and of course the Auroradon package in here. The fact that the OCG does have access to Auroradon, while we don't, is really disappointing. They also have access to Baron for a little bit stronger of an end board piece, which we do not have. And I think, obviously, having the clear Crystal Wing over Synchro Dragon as your new end board boss monster is really, really good. The problem still kind of becomes here, though. Unfortunately, we're missing some of the freer resources that a deck like this could be trying to do. But hey, Kashtira stuff still works for the deck, right? Ooh, we have some Crystal Beast Gem Knights. I don't know why I said Crystal Beast. Sorry, head was in the wrong place. Gem Knights are... the OCG's been doing some crazy little things with this deck. You're not OTKing with your opponent. You're just setting up relatively strong boards. And you do see that this build is playing Scythe in the main deck. Really, really annoying that we also can't do that. But also, we are playing Herald of the Orange Light in here. I guess it is really cool because you can send the Nephirim from this to do your thing. And of course, we are really doing Fiendsmith combo in here as well. Well, I guess when the OCG looks at the Fiendsmith stuff, they're like, wow, this is entirely splashable. We can get away with doing whatever we want with this. So that's where you see the Lacrima and the Engraver in here actually seeing the play. Also, only one Gem Knight Fusion in here. It's actually so funny to see the differences. And also, Brilliant Fusion just being that super strong card. We need that. All right. What in the world are you doing here? So, we are actually playing Barian Utopia in our Gimmick Puppet deck. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. I haven't seen a lot of Gimmick Puppets in the OCG. The one thing that they have different from us is the fact that they have access to the Fiendish Knight, which allows this deck to go a little bit further than our version does, which, a little bit disappointing that we can't actually play this, but it's fine. I just wish we had, the opportunity to do this. But this is really, really funny that we have access to playing this. Also, outside of that, they do have the one extra Gimmick Puppet, little Dark Strings, than we do. I really wish that we could OTA a little bit easier, but the OCG did put limitations on this. I think this deck is still incredibly good for Rogue. Also, the fact that this deck is playing the Planet Pathfinders to find the field spell a little bit more consistently. Looking good. Ooh, we have another deck out here that's using the Primite package, but this build is doing the Angel Trumpeter to get into a tuner monster. And you do see we are playing the White Dauston to do Fiendsmith combo. So congratulations, everybody. Your new question becomes, which line do you want to go down? I also see we are doing the Fiendsmith Skyray in here as well. But this is one of those cases out here where you see Rex Tremende actually being an end board boss monster to actually help put some, pressure on the opponent. Now, you also are going to see Dogmatica Albazoa here being another stupidly strong boss monster to kind of pressure on your opponent so that you can, get some extra deck rips. I like this a lot. Also, this Fiendsmith package, you have the two Roars in here, which are really good. You also have the two Chronosaur, or the one Chronosaur in here to kind of get the initial reset as well. I think you have some cool resources kind of set up for this deck. This is really, really cool. And then we have, you wanted some Fright for hire, right? When was the last time you saw for hire actually doing things? Let alone this build is playing Sky Striker cards in here as well. So you are going to get access to filter through a lot of the stuff. You do have the Widow Anchor in here. Basically, you're using this package to put monsters on the field so that you can generate those resources to be able to, kind of play through your opponent. Also, hello, Takum Tumborg with the Terror Top, the initial special summon waves, which is really good. And then, of course, it's all just for hire shenanigans from there as you're going down the line. Also do see that we are playing the Snake Eyes Damned Dragon in here as well. Outside of that, you have some little cute interactions. You have the Mistaken Arrest in here, which is kind of cool. But initially, just looking at the way that this build is playing, I don't think there's anything too crazy about this. Like, it just looks like standard for hire, Fiendsmith shenanigans. And our last list here is actually some Necros. Yes, you do get to see Amelia and good old Advance in here actually doing what this deck wants to do, which is going to be going through the very strong Necros lines and pulling back 4 cards out of your banish pile is actually insane. And I know a few people don't seem to understand why this card is good. It's that recurability of pulling back any number. You do see some Dynamondo action down here as well. I do see we have quite an extra deck option array down here. And of course, one copy of the Bread here kind of as an inboard piece. But you do see you are doing voiceless voice shenanigans. Maybe this is the reason why we've been seeing, you know, certain cards go up in price. But what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.